I had trouble with my video camera on this whole trip, but on this particular day it didn't work at all. So this will all be snapshots. Some parts of Africa are very dry, but the animals in this area have plenty of water to drink. We headed out at 6 o'clock in the morning, and here's one of our safari vehicles, open air, and as you can see, it's already warm. These are houseboats, similar to the river boats in Europe. People stay on them overnight. We spotted this group of safari vehicles and decided to go over and see what they were looking at. Well, it turns out we've got another dead elephant, and here's a lioness eating on it. With this dirty face, we can see this is one who was eating there. Well, this lioness and her cubs have already had plenty to eat, so after a big meal, time for a nap. She's moved away from the carcass and sees all the birds that are looking for their meal, decides she'd better go back and chase them off. Here's the marabou storks that are patiently waiting for their chance for dinner. Wanders over to check on the rest of the pride, sees that they're still resting up. So she decides to go back across the road and harass the storks some more. So she's chased off all of the birds. Here's some vultures sitting in a nearby tree. Again, she takes off and then again returns back to the carcass. She does not want to share it with anybody else. So the storks are still waiting for their dinner, and the lioness is still unsure about whether she's going to let them have it. And there she goes, headed our way, turns around, goes back to the elephant carcass, and this time she's finally leaving for good. She's headed towards us, goes right across the road in front of us, and heads off to join the rest of the pride. Meanwhile, the marabou storks and the vultures finally get their dinner. Quite a collection of safari vehicles have been watching this little drama. A little later, we came across this herd of impalas, and they were really quite close to us. Small herd of Cape buffalo in the distance, and here's a whole bunch of hippos in the water. This shows how well the lions blend into the surroundings. Then it was back to the lodge for breakfast. A couple hours later, we headed out on the river again. This time we had a barbecued lunch included. Unfortunately, here's our third dead elephant. Looks like the birds are getting this one. This is just a lot of shots of animals that we saw along on our river cruise, so I'll just play some background African music and you can enjoy the animals.
go.